Hello, welcome to the Bubby Brister and Friends Fantasy Football Podcast presented by Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Nick failed a drug test this week, so we got a spot start made by Bubby Brister. Bubby, how you doing?
Hello! I'll take that from my favorite podcast right now. What? You talking about Willis? That's a new one.
Right, so Bubby, you played for the Minnesota Vikings in the 2000 season. They play in the NFC North Division. Have you ever seen the movie North?
Skull. Yeah, I've seen it a few times when I was back in my playing days. We used to go to the movies every now and again. I have seen it. I loved it. I don't know what all them Rotten Tomatoes are about. That's a fantastic, absurdist journey into the mind of Alan Zweibel. Wonderful, wonderful movie.
Directed by Rob Reiner. Do you like Rob Reiner films?
I can't stand him. I can't stand Rob Reiner as a director or an actor. He's a meathead. You see what I did there?
That's pretty good.
That was funny.
You like his father, Carl Reiner? Any of his work?
I do. Everything he's ever done, him and Mel Brooks, best of friends. Best friends. What is it? The 1,000-year-old man? That shit's hilarious. That'll make you piss your pants.
Speaking of pissing your pants, the Carolina Panthers fired their head coach 11 games into a 4-year contract. Frank Reich, he had a pretty similar career to yours, career backup. What do you think about Frank Reich getting fired?
Whoa. I think you need to back up. You said career backup? No, my friend. There's people backing me up. People backing up Bubby. All right. Now, I knew Frank Reich. He's a good man. But I tell you what, there ain't no room for any more Reichs in this world. Not the first Reich, not the third Reich, not Frank Reich. And I would call that pissing pants. That was somebody shit the bed. And his name was David Lil Pepper Tepper. Yeah, that guy, I tell you what, all he can run is his mouth. He can't run a football franchise.
No, he's on like his 6th head coach in like 4 years or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, it's an embarrassment to the entire league, to my chosen profession. That made me. I made $21.1 million over my career, at least. I don't really count it. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't count it though. Make a good living off of a sponsor and Pro Z CBD oil these days, but
you're like Jay Leno. You don't touch your NFL money. You just live off the CBD money.
Oh no, I'm all over that money, man. I mean, Bubby needs his bass boat. There's a lot of alliteration for y'all English majors out there. Bubby bass boat.
Does the bass boat have a name?
Yes, it does.
What's the name?
I call it the Slinger.
Ooh.
Bubby can think on his feet.
What kind of bait do you use on the Slinger?
I don't really use a lot of bait. Here's what I do, all right? I call it's my shock and awe technique. Now I take a football, right? Empty all the air out of it. I fill that sucker up with concrete, let it harden over a few days. Go out in the bayou, maybe on a lake like Pontchartrain. Find as many, go to school of fish, and I bomb that concrete-filled football right in the water. The shock of it hitting the water, it just kills the fish. They just bubble right at the top, scoop them out with a net.
That sounds pretty impressive.
It is.
So Frank Reich has been fired 2 years in a row mid-season. That is pretty impressive also. There's been 3 head coaches fired mid-season, 3 first-year head coaches fired mid-season the last 3 seasons. Denver's Nathaniel Hackett, Jacksonville's Urban Meyer.
Oscar Meyer, that's why I called him, because he looks like a dick.
And then Frank Reich, 2 years in a row.
Yeah, man, that's a bummer too. Because I have it on good authority that he was very well liked in the Colts organization. Apparently not as much as Jeff Saturday. but still well liked across the NFL too. I was listening to TK podcast, Tony Kornheiser. He just need, and Tony's right. Frank just need to just go take a rest, chill out for a couple of years. Maybe find yourself a assistant coaching job, coordinator job, or something like that. Take some time off, Frank. Come on down to Metairie. Come on fishing with me. That rhymed. Oh the hell, that rhymed too. Come on down to Metairie, do a little fishing with me, Bubby.
Your hero Terry Bradshaw put out an album in the 70s. Any chance you'll put out an album?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I did. It was under a pseudonym. I do beatbox, freestyle beatboxing.
Beatboxing Bubby Brister?
How'd you know? You must have got the album. I call myself Triple B.
That's 4 Bs.
I only count 3 of them, though. I thought, in beatbox one word, it's not beatbox, isn't it? Beatbox.
Beatbox.
Yeah, you need to check that out, Webster's.
There were 2 casualties with Frank Reich. Deuce Staley and another career backup, just like yourself, Josh McCown, got fired.
I ain't going to warn you again. You're going to be getting a deuce on your doorstep, and it ain't Staley.
Man.
Yeah, you know what? Josh McCown, that moon-faced clown, didn't even deserve to have that job. You see that video of them at the Combine when they supposed to be watching what's that young man down there in Houston?
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. They supposed to be watching him. They got the dang cell phones out like a 15-year-old girl taking videos, making Tic Tacs. I mean, come on, man. What are you gonna do next? You and McClown gonna do some kind of coordinated dickhead dance? Put that out on the intranets? Come on.
Yeah. Maybe if they put their phone down, they would have drafted CJ Stroud instead of Bryce Young. How do you feel about Bryce Young's rookie season so far?
Ooh. I'm gonna say it's the same way I feel about Justin Fields. Like he didn't have the support system to get through that. You need a good support system. Everybody needs that. First thing he needs is psychological safety. You know what that is, right?
Psychological safety?
That's right. You got to feel like a baby in your mother's arms. Man, he doesn't have that. He feels like a kidnapped child in the back of a hot car. He's just struggling.
Oh, man. Frank Reich joined some other one-and-done coaches. Lou Holtz, 1976 with the Jets. He went 3-10.
Yeah, but let's not bag on him for that. Let's look at his storied career with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Gamecocks. Who Cox?
Pete Carroll, 6-10, again the New York Jets in 1994. He was replaced by Rich Kotite, who went 4-28 in his 32 games with the Jets.
Rich Kotite. Sweetie Petey, though, he swung back to USC, come on back in the NFL. He did all right. He been chewing the same piece of gum since 1976. You know that?
Yeah, he did do all right. He wears some white shoes. You ever see how white his shoes are?
Oh, he got like old man dad shoes. Oh yeah, I think they're like the old kind of New Balance that look like orthopedic correct shoes. They're in style though.
We got a third Jets head coach in the year 2000. Al Groh went 9-7 before leaving for the University of Virginia. He was replaced by Herm Edwards, who also went 9-7.
When you're a jet all the way from your first cigarette till your last dying day. You like West Side Story? That's a great musical.
I watched it in high school. I remember, like in whatever class, and I don't think I cared for it.
All right, man. Any movie where you can bring, finger snaps and switchblades and a bunch of crazy Puerto Ricans together, I'm all in. Let's do it.
Didn't they remake it that recently?
Yeah, it was shit. Absolute shit.
Marty Schottenheimer, 2001, with the then Washington Redskins, went 8-8, and Dan Snyder didn't find that good enough. Schottenheimer started 0-5. They finished 8-3, and he fired him and replaced him with Steve Spurrier, who went 12-20.
Yeah, well, he took a Schottenheimer. Spurrier. Yeah, whatever happened to Steve Spurrier, man?
He went to the Gamecocks like Lou Holtz.
Not a story of a career. Did he come from Florida to the NFL, or did he go from the NFL to Florida?
Nope, Florida to the NFL.
Oh, boy, he should climb back into that swamp.
The old ball coach. A couple other ones on here. Bobby Petrino, 3-10 with the 2007 Falcons. He thought he was signing up for Michael Vick, and Michael Vick found himself in some legal trouble and never played another down for the Falcons.
Oh. Werewolves of London.
I think a former teammate of yours is on this list. Mike Mularkey, 2-14 with the 2012 Jaguars.
His nickname was Bullshit. That's what we called him, Bullshit. You know why? Because Mularkey, that means bullshit in Irish.
Mularkey was replaced by Gus Bradley, who went 14-48 with Jacksonville.
Ooh, take that Gus bus right out of town.
The 49ers are on here 2 years in a row, 2015 with Jim Tomsula.
Yeah, spell that. Dang, that's a tough one. Tomsula.
And then he was replaced by Chip Kelly, who went 2-14 in his lone season with the 49ers in 2016.
Well, Chip Kelly wasn't he pronounced one of them offensive geniuses? He's going to come in and he's going to modernize the game. Yeah, I remember Chip Kelly. He's called Chip too, right?
Yep, Oregon. And then he went to Philadelphia, and he had the bright idea to release Deshaun Jackson, who is being celebrated today for retiring.
Oh.
And then the last fun name on this list is Freddie Kitchens, who went 6-10 in his lone year with the Browns in 2019.
I mean, who was the last head coach of the Browns that had success?
Schottenheimer.
They gave out free Bud Light when they won one goddamn game in that city.
Hugh Jackson is on this list also, but he was with it for the.
Wait, the Wolverine?
The Wolverine went 8-8 with the Raiders and was fired after one season in 2011.
Well, I tell you what, boy, he could sing, he can dance, he can coach. Bob Boy does everything.
He was the second Raider on this list. Art Shell, 2006, went 2-14, and he was replaced by Lane Kiffin, who went 5-15 with the Raiders.
Another one. What are these college coaches come in here and they think, I'm just going to clean house. And they get the stink all over them.
Yeah. The one and done. Who's next, you know?
You take that fast lane right out of town. I got 1 million of them, man. I can go all day.
You ready to get any of these box scores? Let's break down these Week 12 box scores.
Ready getting these box scores. Ready getting this box sure. Let's do it. I got
Here we go. Fresh meat versus dead money. Dead money needed to win to clinch a playoff spot. He lost this game by 5 points. 142-137.
He didn't have a chance in hell, man. They didn't have anybody performing on his roster.
He did. Josh Dobbs, 4 interceptions is why he lost this game. He's had quarterback issues the entire season. He came out of the draft with Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. He's still suffering.
I mean, Saquon Barkley didn't do nothing either. It doesn't help you at the running back position. Cleveland defense apparently turned back into the Cleveland defense last week too. Only pulled him 4 points.
He had a 0 from the Philadelphia defense on his bench, so on his roster he didn't have another option.
Yeah, too bad, so sad, dead money.
Derrick Henry had a get-right game against the Panthers. 2 touchdowns, 26 points, after only 15 combined points the previous 2 weeks.
I just don't believe that Derrick Henry is – I mean, he was a battering ram. I think he's about done, would be my assessment.
Yeah, he's running on fumes, it feels like. Tony Pollard, a really good game for the second week in a row. And then good production from his receivers, Devontae Smith and DJ Moore, 23 and 22 respectively.
Did you say Devontae or Savante? Is he Savante?
He's a Savante.
He's a receiving Savante.
They combined for 18 catches, 220 yards, and a touchdown. But yeah, he lost to me, fresh meat. I got 26 points out of Jared Goff on Thanksgiving, 332 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he fumbled 3 times in a devastating loss to the Packers.
I heard a new funny nickname for him. It was hanging right out there in the open, Jared Goof.
Yeah, he's goofy. I waived him prior to this game, but I was able to get him back on a waiver claim. Dead Bunny had a claim on him also, and if I didn't reclaim him, he would have used Goff to beat me.
Words nobody has ever said.
Zach Charbonnet got the first start of his career in place of the injured Ken Walker. 14 carries, 47 yards, 13 points. I'll probably have to use him again this week.
Yeah, every time I see Charbonnet, I think of David Charbonnet from Baywatch.
Yeah,
it takes me back, man.
I think he played in one of those Rockin' Jocks, too, if I remember correctly. Remember those?
Oh my God, like the softball games?
And basketball.
I remember the basketball, too. You say it, yeah.
You played some baseball. They should have got you to Rockin' Jock in that softball.
Oh, man, I'd have jacked that thing like a car. Yeah, I can't be on any kind of recreational sports teams. It's an unfair advantage.
Yeah, plus you got to get insurance and stuff and approval from the Broncos, or the Steelers, or whatever team you're on.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying at this point in my life. I know we've covered this. This is common knowledge. I got into college because of my baseball prowess. All right, it wasn't football. That was just a hobby. Baseball is my love, my passion, besides hunting and fishing. The pros, the CBD oil.
Elway played some baseball, too. He was in the Yankees system for a while. Who do you think would have had a better baseball career, Elway or Bubby Brister?
Who?
John
Terry?
Elway?
Oh,
Jack's son?
I thought you were talking about Terry Elway. Your question, who's going to have a better baseball career?
Well, had you each pursued baseball, who do you think would have hit more home runs?
Well, he wouldn't have hit any home runs because I'd have beaten that sucker right in the melon. A little retribution. A little foreshadowed retribution. I didn't really know he was going to take my job or nothing like that. But I'd have plunked him. That's baseball justice. That's old school rules. Bubby's old school.
I heard he had to have a
dental surgery.
Custom mouth guard because none of the mouth guards fit him.
I've heard that too. He had tooth reduction surgery. A lot of people don't know that. Much like an equine, his teeth keep growing. He's got to shave and file them things down.
He looks like the Broncos logo.
I've heard that more times than I want to shake a stick at.
But yeah, back to the box score. Jalen Waddle, 19 points. He went over 100 yards for only the second time this season. Devontae Adams, he's been solid since I acquired him in a trade with the Boy Scout trombones. He got 12 points in this one. New life since Jimmy G's been benched.
Yeah, Devontae Adams has let Boy Scout trombones down in a number of leagues. And then he traded him away in a number of leagues. And then that son of a bitch just started dropping points everywhere.
Comes back to life. Laporta caught another touchdown. And then I made the mistake of playing Connor over Cook, but it didn't hurt me here, even though it could have. So on to the next game. We got Tampa Bay Punishers, 146 points. Pit Sweat, 156 points. Pit Sweat improves to 7-4. The Punishers have a very good roster, and they've lost 2 in a row and are down to 5-6.
Yeah, they got bit by their head coach spot right there. They'd had a tie, and they would have won the bench points.
And he played them on Monday night, too, so that was like added risk here where he could have just sat back and let the bench take over. And ouch.
It would have tied, man. He would have tied in points, one on the bench, yeah.
I didn't watch any of that Minnesota Bears game. From what I heard, it was damn near unwatchable. A 12-10 final.
I was asleep by the middle of the first quarter. A breakout performance with Kyron Williams.
Yeah, 44 points, 16 carries, 143 yards, 6 catches, another 61 receiving yards. Do you think he's a first-round fantasy football draft pick in 2024?
He probably will be, but he's going to disappoint a lot of people in 2024 is my guess. He is very injury prone. Yeah, he's injury prone.
Tyler Lockett, another game of whack-a-mole with him, only 6 points, 3 catches, 30 yards. He made the mistake of benching Christian Kirk and Jacoby Myers in place of Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's just too unpredictable for me.
See, I'm glad you said Christian Kirk, because I see C. Kirk, and I was like, is that
Charlie Kirk?
No, I saw Captain James T. I was like, Captain Kirk, Shatner's a very talented, he's an older gentleman, but that son of a bitch can run. He flat, I bet he'd run 4.40 to this day.
Would you be concerned about Austin Eckler if you had stock in him?
I do, and I am. I do, and I am. You can't. I mean, those running backs that run in that style, that heads down, smash them, crash them, robot kind of thing. Like that shit doesn't last, man. That human body ain't made to go through that kind of trauma.
Yeah, that's not good. Pitt Sweat, injury issues here. You got A.J. Brown with a thigh injury. Chris Olave suffered a concussion. You have to think he won't be available next week. And DeAndre Swift has an ankle injury. But other than that, Brown and Olave each combined for 32 points. Pacheco, 31 points. Pacheco seems ready for a breakout. Someone in Kansas City is going to have to step up this season.
Well, I think he falls in that Austin Eckler category where he runs so dang hard that, eventually you're going to hit that brick wall. God love him. That little man, his legs move just furiously.
Yeah, he runs hard, and he doesn't look like he's built to take the punishment that he dishes out.
Another observation I'd like that, Noah Brown, 2 good weeks. Everybody picked him up off waivers, injured, sat. He just sitting there stewing.
And then Kyle Pitts, 5th straight game with single-digit points. He even had lowered expectations this season coming into the draft, and he still couldn't meet them. He's getting outproduced by Jonnu Smith on his own team. What a shit show Kyle Pitts is.
I just noticed something. Did Pacheco on my Pitt Sweat, is he keeping Pitts on the team just so he can keep the latter part of his team named Pitt Sweat?
Jerry Jeudy, too. What a disastrous season he's had. The number 53rd ranked receiver.
He cursed himself. He cursed himself whenever he took on Steve Smith Sr.
Steve Smith?
Yeah.
More like Jerry Judge Judy.
I don't want to hear that ever come out of your mouth again. She is a fine woman. In my opinion, very fine. She can judge me harshly anytime she wants. And I won't be screaming Vinny Testaverde if that happens. I guarantee goddamn to you that.
She has a new show called Judy Justice. I think it's on Freebie.
She signed one of the most lucrative television contracts in the history of television. That woman was making $20-some-odd million a year for years and years.
Yeah, you got to figure the production costs on that show are insanely cheap.
I don't question her talent, her business decisions, her judicial prowess.
She married a judge, too. He hosted the People's Court for a while.
Do you think their kids are all judges? If your parents are both judges, do you naturally automatically, when you shoot out the birth canal, are you a judge, like a baby judge?
I'd watch that show.
Baby Judge?
Yeah, Baby Judges.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Get one of them little gavels that squeaked when you hit it.
That would be hilarious. Like in that movie North, there was a judge scene. If he would have had a squeaky gavel, I'm surprised they missed that joke because there was a lot of jokes in that movie that missed, and that could have easily been one of them.
Judge Buckle.
Judge Buckle, played by Alan Arkin.
R.I.P.
He's still alive, isn't he?
Oh, shit. I just took a swing. I don't know.
I think Alan Alda died. I think that's who you're thinking of.
Yeah, the AA, that's what got me.
Yeah.
AA's never got me.
You're not supposed to talk about it.
Was it like Fight Club? Do they
Yeah,
fight? Yeah.
it's anonymous.
Is that how they keep people in there? They just beat the living shit out of them. It's like don't ever talk about this.
Yeah, don't be talking about this. We're on to your the Boy Scout trombones for Sweetness 34, 147-98. The Sweetness 34 fucking failure here, Chris Heater. 98 points. You've lost 3 in a row. You played Aaron Jones, who didn't suit up. You've let everybody down.
I mean, you set a defense that scored 31 points and a running back that dropped 33. If you would have started those two, you hands down whip his ass.
And Trombones is eliminated from a playoff spot. If
that's not
Peter
surprising.
Is not asleep at the wheel here.
Oh, he's not yet? He's still in it?
No, he's done. 2-9. He's out. But Trombones is in. Yeah, let me look.
Damn. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, Trombones 5-6, a 45% playoff chance. So
still a chance, man. You know what really is submarine Trombones' entire season is the Joe Burrow roller coaster. Like that killed him. And he's stuck with fucking Kyler Murray now.
Yeah, would you rather have Kyler Murray or Sam Howell? Because we made that trade. It's same difference, really.
It depends on the week, man.
I think the range of outcomes for Howell is a lot more erratic than Kyler Murray. Like, Kyler Murray's going to get 25 pretty easy, where Howell can get you 10 or 35.
Yeah. I'd take the consistency, but that's like smoking opium, man. I'd ride that Howell dragon all day. You don't know what you're going to get.
I guess we really don't even need to talk about Sweetness 34. Nico Collins had a good week, 23 points, 7 catches, 104, and a touchdown. The Purdy to Kittle connection failed him.
I mean, here's why we don't need to address anything. Heater, you're a good man, but you started the Seattle defense against San Francisco. Like, what's wrong with your brain, man?
In a primetime game to boot.
Man, yeah. That's embarrassing.
Kyler Murray got his first start of the fantasy season. Adam Thielen came crashing back down to earth.
Oh, I know.
The Panthers' turmoil finally affected him this season. He seemed immune to it. Can you trust him going forward, or you think like the run is over?
Yeah, man, the ride's over. Day is done. The whistle's blown. I mean, right off into the sunset.
Trombones has a lot of options to fill his spot. Deontay Johnson, who max effort guy for the Steelers. Puka Nacua. He's been down lately, but still a great season overall. DeAndre Hopkins. Even David Njoku's on the bench. So there's some options here to fill in for Thielen.
I never heard it pronounced Njoku.
Yeah, Njoku.
Njoku. It's not an A, that's an O.
You say Njoku, I say Njoku.
No, I say Njoku, you said Njaku. Njaku is a mythical planet in the Star Wars universe where Rey, the Last Jedi, was raised, abandoned by her parents. But not really. Spoiler alert.
Speaking of the Bruce Willis podcast, I heard they're doing...
Nobody brought that up, man. You just did out of nowhere.
I heard they're doing the Jakku for their next movie.
That shit's not free anywhere either, man. You got to buy it, rent it, or something. Like Bubby's going to Baruba for a little jaunt vacation. That he was going to watch it on a plane on the way down there. I'm talking in third person. I just realized that. But I can't because I ain't gonna buy that shit. I can't rent it and download it. Bubby might be fucked.
There's got to be a way, Bubby. Maybe somebody put it in YouTube in like 45 parts and you can piece it together.
I'm sure it's huge with their Rubenites down there. Somebody's gonna be playing it in their backyard. I'll just swing by.
Debo, huge game. 21 points, 11 touches. 94 yards and a touchdown. His best game since being acquired in the Devontae Adams trade. Raheem Mostert, 2 touchdowns, 94 yards, 29 points.
Mostert's getting scary, though, because, I mean, he's made the most of his opportunities, but with Achane coming back, I hate to say it, I hope Achane gets injured again and goes back out.
Jeff Wilson had a good game, too, last week. His first good game in the season for the Dolphins. So that could be a 3-headed split.
You know, he's Brian Wilson's son from the Beach Boys.
Not the former San Francisco Giants relief pitcher, Brian Wilson?
No. From Beach Boys. Yeah, man. Yeah. LNF, little known fact. But you should hear Jeff Wilson harmonize. A songbird. It's beautiful.
Isn't that LKF?
Who?
You said LNF, isn't it LKF?
How do you spell the word known? That's an N, man.
Not silent K?
I'll tell you that silent K is heart disease. Silent killer. You know, get your preventive screenings for arteriosclerosis. That's tough to say with a southern accent.
Everybody should go get checked out. We're pretty old now. This league's in its 15th year, so, you know, it's a bunch of old men who need to go get colonoscopies. Yeah, get your prostate fingered. Let them dig around in there for a little while. What's interesting about a prostate exam, from what I understand, is it's really close to the male G-spot. You play your cards right, you get a long-fingered doctor, you might come in your pants. You ever seen that comedian Joey Fingers? He's pretty funny.
I seen him at a NASA convention, the National Association of Smoke Alarms. Yeah, he was. He was on a roll.
Yeah, he's one of the greats.
You know, he was like a ham sandwich, man. He's on a roll.
On to the next game.
Yeah, quit talking indirectly about that goddamn Bruce Willis podcast.
We got to get plugs in. Free plugs. Stealing the Winds. Lost a heartbreaker here. Falls to 4-7. They got a 1% playoff chance, so they're done. They lose 139 to 123. Nino Brown, formerly Chicken Salad Sandwich, is on a roll. They're 8-3, won 4 in a row. Legit contender. 49 points from Josh Allen. A.J. Dillon and Devin Singletary had 14 apiece. Not bad for a couple backup running backs. Keenan Allen, 14 catches, 22 points. He did lose a fumble, though. Odell Beckham got a start. I wonder if that's his first start of the season, fantasy-wise. Ramondre Stevenson, the only Patriot worth playing this season. 41 carries the last 2 weeks, 28 points. He wisely kept Cooper Kupp on the bench. He only had 4 points on 3 catches. Pretty bold move, though, that paid off. That had to be a tough decision to leave your number one healthy draft choice on the bench.
Cooper Kupp dealing with that ankle sprain, coming back in, like that was wise. That was smart. Stealing the wins, though, like that, putting Khalil Herbert in after such long absence in his first week back was like big baller move. It did not pay off. Excuse me.
He came back last week and had 11 carries, or 11 points, 16 carries. So he thought he was going to get some touches, but the Bears started playing Roschon Johnson again.
That's a great name, man, Roschon. That sounds like a Street Fighter character. I tell you, I mean, it's one of those, like, if, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Should have started Matt Stafford, right? You'd win the game outright with Matt Stafford in there, 16 extra points, or at least tie. Similar with Zay Flowers, starting Zay Flowers over Khalil Herbert.
Yeah.
You get a little more production, or over Chris Godwin.
Any defense.
You could just sack your defense, man. Yeah,
Chris Godwin is a disaster this season.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
28 points for the whole month of November.
Yeah, God. They say God is great. Godwin is not great. No.
CMC 36.0 on Thanksgiving night. Najee Harris 99 yards, a touchdown, 21 points in his first game without Matt Canada calling plays. So might be too little, too late for Najee Harris to make a difference.
Rebirth of Najee Harris, though. Who knew he could run? I forgot.
Yeah. And the Sun God, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 catches, 95 yards, 18 points. On to the next game. We got Mile High Salute versus the New Day Co-op. New Day Co-op, 156. Mile High Salute, 119. They both are 5-6. Mile High Salute, this loss really hurts him, puts him in the middle of the pack. Lamar Jackson, he dropped him. Another ho-hum fantasy performance. Jordan Love is going to be his starting quarterback next week.
Don't fall for the trap. You know, I mean, you've seen that movie, man. Lamar Jackson falls asleep for a couple weeks, then he always comes back. The upside with Jackson is the ceiling with him is way higher than with Jordan Love.
Is Jordan Love the son of a Beach Boy too?
No.
What's your favorite Beach Boys song? Little Deuce Coupe?
No,
Little Deuce Staley?
No, Sloop John B. I like Sloop John B. Maybe something for Pet Sounds. Song Pet Sounds is weird. You gotta listen to that, man. This shit's fucking weird.
No Kokomo?
No, Coca, no. And I don't listen to any music associated with Tom Cruise.
Oh, you didn't like the movie Cocktail?
What do you think I'd say about that? What did I just say?
What if Bruce Willis played the bartender in Cocktail? You think it'd be a better movie?
It would have been a fucking Emmy award-winning film is what it would have been. Put Tom Cockamamie Cruise in there, look what happens. Ugh.
Speaking of Tom Cruise, Christian Watson, breakout game, 20 points, 5 catches for 94 yards, a touchdown for the Golden Domer.
Christian Watson's Tom Cruise's son, you know that?
He was a Top Gun this week.
Ooh, that was slick.
Pat Freiermuth on the bench, biggest beneficiary of the Steelers' offensive coordinator change. 9 catches, 120 yards. He had 14 targets all season. He had 11 in this one. Do you think he can make a difference down the stretch if Mile High Salute can sneak into the playoffs?
Oh, boy. I mean, who's this other tight end? Over Kincaid? I mean, Josh Allen's thrown too many interceptions, and he's definitely not throwing Kincaid as much as he probably could and should and would. I'd put Moose into the game.
On to New Day. Solid.
It's a brand new day.
Solid all the way down the lineup. Trevor Lawrence, 30 points, 364 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jameer Gibbs, 14 points. Jalen Warren, 49 yards. He did fumble, 10 points. Stephon Diggs, who has been just a malcontent all season, 19 points, 6 catches, 74 yards, a touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 7 catches, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Dallas, 22 points. They had a prime matchup against the just disintegrating Washington Commanders.
You know, with the Detroit Lions backfield, and it's crazy to think this, you could start both of them on your team and do better than 80-90% of the other running backs that are out there.
There's a couple running backs like that, team running backs. I brought this up to Nick a couple weeks ago. Playing 2 backs in the same backfield was unheard of, like 5-10 years ago. You can do it now with Gibbs and Montgomery, Warren, Najee Harris, Bijan Robinson, and Tyler Algier. You could even do it with Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders if you were really desperate. Ramondre Stevenson and Ezekiel Elliott. Like, that is it's not a great strategy, but it's sound now. Like, you could do that with a minimal draft capital into the running back position.
I don't trust it outside of maybe the Atlanta and the Detroit situation. That Steelers situation, that's I mean, God love them all. Every single Rooney that ever lived, but I don't trust Najee Harris to produce 99 yards and a tutty every single week. Ain't gonna happen. And eventually he's going to revert and just start what he did for the first 8 games of the season, just run right into the back of everybody on the offensive line and fall down.
That is an impressive feat. When you see a running back who can't find the hole, you're just like, oh, yeah, running back. you have to have some vision, and when a guy doesn't have the vision, it is easy to spot.
You're like a blind high school virgin, man. You can't find the hole no matter how hard you try.
Yeah. Who was running back when you played for the Steelers? Tim Worley and Bam Morris?
Bam. Oh, man, I love Bam Morris. He's in my
wedding. He got caught with a lot of weed in the car once.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was in my wedding. Do you know why? Because he had some stinky weed, man. He did. It helps with the inflammation in my knees.
I'm surprised he's not involved in your CBD oil company.
Well, hell, man, where do you think we get all the hemp?
Do you know how much weed Bam Morris got caught with?
I want to say it was like 27 pounds or something like that.
220 pounds.
That weighs as much as Bam Morris.
Oh, my God.
Are you serious? 220 pounds?
Yeah.
That's beyond intent to distribute, man. That's like you intend to get everybody in the United States high at the same time. Holy shit.
He got 89 days in jail.
That's it?
No, he got 10 years in prison for violating probation. Okay. But he served 89 days after his attorney was able to arrange a plea bargain. So he got a good attorney.
That's it. Yeah, it worth every penny. Well, maybe he paid him a weed. I don't know if he actually paid him money, but yeah, that is a damn good legal representation, man. I actually know somebody that's in need of some legal representation right now. You gotta give me the name of that lawyer.
All right, yeah.
Somebody very close to me.
Morris, 28, unexpectedly announced his retirement from football after the 1999 season, shortly before disclosure of a federal investigation of alleged drug and car theft rings. 220 pounds. That is a lot. But
that's a human man.
Yeah,
That's a human-sized man worth of weed.
He had a Najee Harris amount of weed in his car.
Hell, man, you talk about Burning Man. Bam Morris had the first Burning Man in the trunk of his car.
What if he had it just like, like a scarecrow who's wearing pants, like a weed scarecrow.
Coming out of his sleeves. They're like, oh, that's my dummy. I use him to get in the HOV lanes. Don't mind him.
You could name him Burn Morris.
I was thinking that. That's so crazy you said that.
That's good.
It's Kismet.
That's a Rob Reiner joke.
You mean Carl? Carl!
Last box score. This is the game of the week. Buck what you think. He has won 4 in a row. He's improved to 6-5 versus the mighty Smash Hawk 9-2. He's lost 2 in a row. Buck what you think 180. Smash Hawk 172. The loss doesn't affect Smash Hawk at all. He's still clinched the number 1 playoff spot and the bye week. If I were him, I wouldn't mind losing here because you kind of need some losses to balance out the amazing start you had to the season to appease the fantasy football gods.
I mean, Buck what you think found the diamond in the rough at CJ Stroud this year. That's you spent $1 on him. He has made you $1 million.
Yeah, 40 points.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor's done those, so you lost that bell cow. You're not going to ride that one anymore. Yeah, he's out for a couple games. I mean, what other running backs does he have?
Oh, yeah. Shame on you, Buck, what you think. You fell into a false sense of security with Jonathan Taylor. Zach Moss was on the waiver wire. A great handcuff to Jonathan Taylor, and you didn't pick him up. It's playoff time, buddy. Get in the game.
Come on, man.
But not since Mom and Pa Tex has there been anything in big in Texas as Dak Prescott and CJ Stroud. They combined for 84 points in this game.
Who are Mom and Pa Tex?
Dan Aykroyd and Reba McEntire.
Oh, from the movie North? As reviewed on the... Hey, what you talking about? Willis podcast?
They do a song and dance number at the top. You got to check it out, Bubby.
Oh, I have. I'm a subscriber on 3 or 4 different podcast distributors.
Well, that makes 2 of us. That explains
you haven't
2
read
of
my
the 3
comments?
listens.
Oh, man, I'm leaving comments all the time.
Josh Jacobs' renaissance continues since Josh McDaniels was fired. 110 yards, 30 points, and a touchdown. Breece Hall, 13 points. Jamar Chase, 12 points is pretty much all you can expect from him now.
Yeah, that's sad. Let me ask you a question here. So in a keeper league that I'm in, somebody offered me a trade. The trade was Travis Etienne, a meaningless tight end, and a second-round draft pick next year. And I would get Josh Jacobs and another meaningless tight end in return. And I said,
keep
that's
the
a horrible
ATN.
trade. That's what I said. I was like, that's a horrible trade. I was like, you're off me an old man, beat up. And he was like, oh, he was led the league in rushing last year, Bubby. And I was like, you think Bubby was born yesterday? I was born on a day, but it wasn't yesterday.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs just feels like he's on borrowed time.
Yeah, man, he's a beach whale. He's all washed up.
Detroit kicker Riley Patterson is an easy scapegoat for Smash Hawk here. He got -1, missed his only kick. Rashee Rice, he's a thing. He would have won by 2 had he played him over Cortland Sutton.
Oh, my, you're right. Oh, that's one of them thinkers that'll keep you up on all no. Tuesday night, man, that's all he was thinking about.
Yeah, Rashee Rice, 8 catches, 107 yards, and a touchdown. Somebody's got to catch the ball for the Chiefs. Nick survived the Tampa Bay head coach losing to Indy. Tank Dell, another touchdown.
So you imagine if he'd have not played as head coach, rocking a $190, that's a pretty good score in this league, you know?
Yeah, he won the 40 high fives for the week, even with the losing head coach. And then Calvin Ridley, he always does well when he's on the bench, and anytime he puts him in the lineup, he gets nothing, and that happened again this week.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's true. That happens more often than not, though.
Yeah, but there's some guys who are just like repeat offenders. Let's go to the standings real quick. Smash Hawk, like I said, clinched the bye week and the number 1 seed. Smash Hawk has the most points scored on the season with 1,757. That reflects the 9-2 record. The Punishers have the second most points on the season. They are only 5-6 with 1,647 points. Dead Money is third with 1,619. And then fourth is Pit Sweat at 1,596. Smash Hawk, number 1 playoff spot, bye week in the first round of the playoffs. Then Chicken Salad Sandwich, Nino Brown, and Pit Sweat have clinched spots. And then it is just a clusterfuck.
Except for, I'd like to point out, Sweetness 34, a.k.a. Heater, at 13th, who's the only team with there's a little E next to his rank. What's an E mean?
Means you're eliminated.
Oh, boy, you know what I smell for Smash Hawk Kendrick? Second round knockout.
Ooh.
That's the kind of record that you go in with a really big ego, and you get smash hawked in the second round of the playoffs. It ain't gonna be any like Boy Scouts, Tampa Bay. I don't know if they can do it, but I don't know. Tampa Bay Punters might be able to do it. They got the lineup.
Yeah, but as of now, Smash Hawk would play the winner of the Renegades or the Buck What You Think game, and both teams are pretty good. Renegades is starting to get a little bit healthy. They got decimated at running back. But, yeah, anything else from the standings? You got a Fantasy Football Hall of Fame nominee?
I do. My Fantasy Football Hall of Fame nominee is Doba Origato, Mr. Roboto, Megatron. I'm going to pull Megatron out. That's who I think I'm going to vote for him. Shout out to Brindle.
Calvin Johnson Jr.
Gone too soon.
He played college football at Georgia Tech. He won the Fred Biletnikoff Award as a junior, selected second overall in 2007 by the Lions. He's still only 38 years old.
Oh, hell, man. He could be out there. Julio Jones is still out there. Why can't he Calvin Johnson, man?
Yeah, that's true. 3-time first-team All-Pro, second-team All-Pro in 2010, 6-time Pro Bowler, 2-time NFL receiving yards leader, NFL receptions leader in 2012, the 2010 All-Decade team, Detroit Lions all-time team. That's not hard to get on, though. Yeah, most receiving yards in a season with 1,964. Most consecutive 100-yard receiving games with 8. 11,619 receiving yards, 731 career receptions, 83 touchdowns. Yeah, just a great career for Megatron.
And a partridge in a pear tree. Do you think the Detroit Lions all-time team has every roster spot filled yet? There's still a couple openings.
Let's see if there's a Wikipedia page for that. The Detroit Lions all-time team. There's a good amount of people on here. They all played in like the 50s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're just throwing names nobody's going to remember. They're just making them up.
Alex Karras is on here. Wasn't he on Webster?
I thought he was on the Bears. He was. He was Mr. George.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the guy that played Sloth in the Goonies was on the Detroit Lions back in the day.
Dick LeBeau was on the all-time Lions team.
Wait, like Pittsburgh Steelers great?
Yeah.
Defensive coordinator, Dick LeBeau?
Dick Night Train Lane, Barry Sanders, Charlie Sanders, Chris Spielman.
Double Sanders, man. Was the Colonel on the team too?
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Mel Gray, he was a fun kick returner. Herman Moore. Former Orioles great Eddie Murray was a kicker from 1980 to 1991.
Do you think this is the only podcast in the entire universe that is reviewing the Detroit Lions all-time team? I don't even think like the Detroit Lions press discovered this with Detroit Press. Detroit Free Press. Third time's a charm, baby.
There's a guy named Don Dahl. That sounds like a porn star.
Don Dahl does?
Don Dahl.
Sounds like a very slow special needs kind of guy. What's your name, buddy? Don Dahl. Don Dahl.
All right, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.